What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I am a top 10 player playing Risk Global Domination on PC. I have a daily release schedule on YouTube. We do a fixed game on Fridays. We do this show, the Waiting on Your Best Behavior podcast, on Wednesdays. And every other day I do whatever I feel like. If you're interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and come along this ride with me. And today, on the podcast, we have a very special guest, Xerip. How's it going, Xerip?
Very happy to be here. It's going really good. It's amazing. I'm very positive about doing so.
Well,
how are you doing?
Thank you for coming. I'm great, man. I'm great. I'm going to set up a game for you first of all. And you said you wanted to play Caps on, what was it, Mall of the Dead?
Yep.
Okay. Give me the settings.
Is that a future round of the Risk tourney?
No, it's my favorite setting that, like, if you check on Global Domination, like, you can get games going with Master Plus. So, Mall of the Dead, Caps, sometimes it's...
Manual?
I like... no, not manual.
Auto? Progressive?
But... Progressive, yeah.
Expert 60, and fog on, blizzards on.
Fog on. I like blizzards, yeah.
Okay, and
it's going to be progressive.
Yeah.
I have about a 2-hour limit. 2.5 hours.
It's not going to take that long. Honestly, for those kind of games, it's rare that it goes over 3 hours.
What Xerip's saying, he's gonna smoke us, all of you.
You better, man. Like,
Yeah.
I only played Mall of the Dead once in my life, and
I'm
then
down.
Pete kicked my butt that day.
Was it me?
Yeah, remember? It was when Drew was, like, hosting with us, like, a lot, and then it was just, like, you and me in the end game, and you styled on me.
Well, doesn't sound like something I would do to the great Olive, but are you guys logged in? Can I not see you on my friends list? Can you see this game? There's Olive. Okay. I should probably introduce Olive too. I neglected to introduce. Olive is also helping me with the show. Also a top 10 player, and I'm very grateful for the assist here. So, thank you as well, Olive, for being here.
Happy to be here as well, Pete.
6VG.
Heard some people liked my commentary with Slyn.
Yes, sir.
I thought Xerip would be a great person to talk to as well.
So
yeah, me and you, Olive, we talked a lot in the last year, I guess.
Yes, Xerip is cool.
Is it a pun on syrup, your name?
No, I've had this nickname since I'm, I guess, 13, 14.
Okay.
When you're a kid, you try to be like, hey, what's a unique, like, I don't want to use my real name, it's not cool back then, and I'm like, what makes me unique? And basically, I was extremely good at math, and I tried to make a pun with pi rex, so pi, the digits, and rex, which is like, in Latin, the king. But there's so much stuff about Pyrex on the internet because of the material, so I had to do a little switch and do it backwards. So Xerip is like Pyrex backwards. Basically, that's how it comes from. That's where it comes from.
Got it. Very original. Okay, Zeggy and Bacon are going to play. All right. That should be good. Just need one more player. So what is it that you like about these settings?
So these settings can go so many ways. Like, a lot of the games can be a lot of the games can be like similar, but the way people play just makes it very interesting. You can be creative, aggressive, and stuff like that. And because it's progressive, just because you started, you are in a huge position at the beginning, doesn't mean you will end up winning in the end.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, I think I've played it a couple of times. This map was actually like gold Gold introduced me to it. He's like, I love this map. You can't beat me to it. And if you beat me, I give you nitro. So I tried playing him once. I beat him. Was super happy about it. He gave me nitro. So, and that's how my love relationship with this map started. But it's one of the rare maps or rare settings where if you go and try to play global domination, you can find, like, within probably 3 or 4 minutes, a game master. Well, if you create a game master plus with those settings, you'll easily fill it up. Like expert plus, you'll fill it up within 1 minute. But master plus, you can have relatively high quality people playing that, because I think like a lot of people are playing it often, but I don't really know that I've played against the same people on that map. Like I've played probably 100 games on this map. Those settings,
Really?
so, yeah.
Ranked.
Ranked. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
You're getting our butts kicked, Pete.
That's I expected nothing less. It'll be fun. Just
Yeah, I know we'll be giving it a couple more minutes. Should we go to like the main Risk server?
Yeah.
Did looking for game?
No, I did that. We just need
Ready?
one.
Oh, wow.
That's where Zeggy and Bacon are coming from. So I'm reaching out to some people who said they might want to play, but it's a Friday night, so I figure. Do you want to put a bot in or?
No, I don't like bots.
No bots.
If anything,
Okay.
we will play on 5 players.
Okay. Well, we can definitely wait a minute or two more. Let's find somebody who would like to play. I'll bug Finley. Maybe Cowboy will play with us. So tell us about your accomplishments in Risk, Xerip. You're a highly decorated player.
The first tournament that I played in the main Risk server was 2020 Q1. Was basically Capital's game, because it was a new game, and I won my 3 first games. And I was with 18 points, like everybody was gunning for me.
Hey, Cowboy's gonna play. All right, ready up, everybody.
And and basically, I ended up winning the tournament. So out of 6 games, like I won 5 of them, and there was one game where all of the support and mods were there, and they basically
Did they just do
ganked.
at everyone?
What's up?
Oh, look at the main Risk server. He just did at everyone.
Did it work though? I don't think it actually pinged.
No. It
Yeah, sorry
doesn't
about
ping
that.
when you.
All right. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck.
Okay. This is the most important moment, isn't it?
Basically, yeah.
Where does your cap go?
I should be right next to you so that, like.
Right next to me? I don't want that at all.
I have a 4 right next to you.
Uh-huh. You're saying we're not going to be good neighbors this time around?
We'll see.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no. Okay, so you won your first tournament?
So yeah, I won my first tournament,
Wow.
and like I did a little bit of. I've practiced so much, that I really wanted to make sure that I have all of the possibilities, and I was thinking about everything. So, in a lot of the tournaments, I'll probably send, hey, a practice round 3 and stuff like that. So, but for that tournament, I don't know. I really wanted to play my best, and the Capitals just started, so I made an Excel spreadsheet for me to kind of calculate how much, what are the percentages, what should I be looking at, etc., etc. So I thought I had a little bit of an advantage because people didn't really know what would have, like, what would be the number you need to attack in order to have like a 50-50 chance, or like 75% chance, or something like that.
So you had
So
a
I
bit of an
felt
edge
like,
understanding the math behind the Capitals.
because I did some simulations by myself, and I made, okay, so the ratio is 1.71, basically that's
Okay.
what you're looking for. And I could, like, really maybe use that to my advantage a little bit and stuff like that. And people say, like, well, I don't need math to win. Well, maybe you don't, but it gives you an edge.
Well, you don't need math, but you also will take every advantage you can take, right? That's the hallmark
Exactly.
of a skilled player.
Yeah. Yeah, and there was a discussion because I really, um, I really,
Oh.
I really made a move where I played against
You're not
somebody
laughing
who's
right now
also.
because I know what you're going about.
Oh,
Sorry?
what just happened?
P made a move by me, and now he's seeing what's around his area.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
Uh-huh. Try not to give away too
Oh,
much with the
Pete,
fog on.
you're red. Okay, you're red.
Who did you think I was?
I thought you were blue.
No. No.
Because I remember, like, you had this frame before,
Okay.
but
Oh, the
so now
swords. Yeah, I like
yeah.
the new frames they've come up with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, and there was a streamer back then who was named Dr. Moros,
Okay.
and he stopped playing, I think. But basically, he on our first game we played together, I was first, he got second. On the third game we played together, I got first, he got second. And so people were thinking, like, hey, are those two collaborating or something? Because I was nobody, like, I was a newcomer. I just came on Discord, and it's like, dude, this guy is, like, has 3 wins in a row. 2 of his games with Dr. Moras, so I probably got a suspected collaborator or something like that.
Right.
And what happened is that Gold was teasing me, saying that I have this relationship with him, etc., etc. But yeah, basically, I ended up winning, and I even gave Stove, like, 3rd place. At some point, I could choose who was 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, and Stove was pissed because he was kind of helping me win, I guess, but not really. But and then it was a tiring game. I think 9 hours, the final, and I killed Stove. And he's like, dude, you could have made me go second and stuff. Because there was a suicide between 2 players, and I just took advantage of it.
So there was some hurt feelings?
No, I don't think so. Like, people get over it pretty fast. But I was just tired at some point. Like, okay, I can take him out. Let's take him out. I don't want to take more chances and stuff. Uh, Now I feel that, like we're in a team where there's 6 players. I think I usually play fixed, not progressive on this game.
Okay.
Because progressive can take 2 hours when you play against really good people
Sure.
who know what they're doing.
This was the nature of Olive's concern.
Well, it's okay. We'll just play one game and
Yeah, absolutely.
see where it goes.
I'll take as much of
I
your
don't
time.
need to sleep tonight.
Yeah. Exactly.
Ziggy got 11.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna
Right.
suicide on it?
I can't do anything about it. He's probably in grocers.
We did the math, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that briefly. Yeah, so Xerip, you said like you really like the math element. So
Mm-hmm.
how do you use math to help you be successful at Risk?
Well, first you have to understand, like what's advantages, what's not advantages. So one element of math that absolutely is a requirement is, for example, if you leave a 1 everywhere versus if you leave a 2 everywhere versus if you leave a 3 everywhere, what does that change, So you can use math and say like, hey, you can actually do more damage by putting 2s in certain places than 1s because the value of your 1 is much more diminished. So once you understand that, you can kind of like have better strategies and stuff like that to and have more advanced strategies. And also when you attack, somebody has a capital, you should know that you should have. People think like, okay, twice should be good, but if you have a crazy high amount number like 1,000 or 10,000, then 1.8 is going to be way enough to kill the capital. And those math you can. Now there's spreadsheets that are available that do this for you, but what is the expected number of troops remaining? That is something that you can plan for the future. Like the game of Risk is a little bit like, for me, like a variant between poker and chess, where chess you have all of the information in front of you, but you don't. So poker, like chess, you have all the information in front of you.
There's no random element, right? There's.
But and the poker has the random element.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of skill in poker, and you can be very unlucky at some point and just lose a game, lose a session. But if you're good in the long term, you should see your winning percentages go up. So it's the same thing with Risk. Like you can have some really bad luck, and basically lose a game, and that is going to make your rank go down, or it's going to make you lose a tournament and stuff like that. So there's this element where even novices will have like a chance to win on certain occasions. Or if you just know a little bit, you don't need to be fully aware of like the mathematics behind it, but if you don't, then you definitely don't have an edge because maybe you're going in more blindly. So that's the advantage of math playing into it. So if you know the math behind it, you can make much better judgments. A little bit like like every move you take, you try to take a capital or you try to take a big stack, then you see the result. Did you take it? Did you not take it? How many troops you have left? So afterwards, it's a new game. You have to make another decision. Go straight. In 1v1, sometimes the path is extremely logical, extremely easy. and very understandable. So
You own the entire bridge, Pete?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
Got 15 troops.
No. It's fine.
You got to explain yourself.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine.
Xerip, is it going to be
get
fine?
15 troops?
No. I mean, you can check the battle log, but I think he's making it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Xerip, why are you only getting 5, man?
I don't want to say, but I know exactly why.
Because I didn't make the best decisions.
Well, I don't know if it was your fault, right? I don't know what you could have seen, but there is a situation there that looks like it's pretty rough. Just getting back to what you were saying about math, I've noticed that people have a really bad intuition, usually, as far as probability goes. And I've noticed that really colors the way particularly newer players will play when they come into the game of Risk, and they're just like, oh, well, this guy broke me, so I should break him, or, what...
Yeah,
I have a 10 stack, they have a 10 stack, I'm just going to roll at it and see what happens, right? Because they're playing a lot more with their emotion than, and not really informed decision making, I think, which is what you and I would advocate.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
And, for me, what started me with the mathematical aspect was actually Risk videos of, YouTubers that started and told me, hey, there's a different way of looking at it. So basically afterwards you kind of see the patterns that could be that are basically math defined and stuff. So it's just very beautiful.
You find math beautiful.
It is.
Say more about that, because I would love to understand what that means to you.
Well, you see, what I love about math is because some things that are so rare or so almost impossible to some certain events are probably impossible to it's impossible to imagine them. However, they will happen, and people, like you say, have a huge misunderstanding of probabilities. They think they could be winning the lottery and stuff like that. But also, in our everyday life, there's mathematics all around, which is the shapes of things, and I just find it's just it's a beautiful, it's just very smooth, very appeasing, I guess, to see things that can be so complicated, yet they can be represented with a just small formula. So, for people that know a little bit about physics, there's the search for the unified formula for all of physics, which at some point probably we're going to see. We're not there yet, but for sure we're going to get there.
Wouldn't you suppose that our quest for something like that would be infinite, though? That once we have, what we would define today as the unified theory, then the next step would just be, a grander unification of something even larger?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
But we're, basically we're striving for the next one, and we're trying to put the... Basically, it's, it's solving much more mysteries, and you need math to solve those mysteries.
Oh yeah.
And the mysteries about everything, human behavior. Risk is a lot about mathematics, but also it's a lot about just the sheer psychology of it.
Guess Olive has a bonus too now, huh?
17.
17. Somebody needs to stop this man.
You're talking about.
I know. I'm talking out of my butt, aren't I? Well, no, it's funny because you put in your bio, Xerip, the risk general interest. The game teaches you a beautiful mix between cold and calculated mathematical strategy and warm and interesting human behavior that can be both so predictable and unpredictable. I love the way you put it. Right?
Thanks.
Predictable and unpredictable, because that is kind of the big thing I'm doing when I'm playing on my show. Is I'm trying to guess the future, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the better I am at guessing the future, the better I tend to do. So, how much of this is intuition? How much of the game of Risk are you reading other people's minds?
I'm trying to do that all the time.
Yeah.
Constantly. But, certain times I'm like, oh, if he thinks like I'm thinking, I'm dead, So, hopefully... But I'm trying to get everybody's mind, to read everybody's mind, trying to think like how other people think as well. It's just very. Sorry, I'm just playing and I can't do two things at once.
Yes, sir.
I believe in
But-
you, man.
Yeah, but so. I'm trying to guess how people are gonna act and play and stuff like that, because that's how you get better. And then you see something that somebody did amazing, and you're trying. Oh, will that work? Let me try to do a variant of it and stuff like that. So, man, I'm the only one with bacon without
Yeah, you guys are going to get fried up in the middle there.
or we're gonna just win.
Yeah, or you're just going to win. Sure. By what? By trading effectively?
Basically, at some point, the cards are gonna get so massive that continents
Yeah, right now
don't
this
matter.
continent game doesn't matter too much, and then it kind of depends on where your cap is and like the long-term strategy. Problems like
Exactly.
right now is like with like people like you and me building up is how we use our advantage around the board.
Yeah, no, for sure. So like short term, basically, yeah, but at some point, things are gonna be just so huge that like one card is gonna mean so much.
Yeah, then it's gonna come down to card blocking.
Yeah, unfortunately. So yeah, I think I prefer the the fixed games. I guess they're much quicker.
Ah. Well, you should have said so.
It's okay, and because we have like a lot of very talented people. Like usually those games, like they don't go like they go right now. Usually, like people get huge bonuses, like plus 17, plus 18, and they just destroy the other person.
Okay. They don't know necessarily how to push their advantage.
Yeah.
Okay.
But here also we have an open map. Sometimes like there's like blizzards that separate the map into two.
Right. And then you put one cap in the right spot and it's just all blocked up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I see.
No, so it's a beautiful mixture, because at some point math won't help you. You have to also like bring in psychology, like like you hit somebody and you can see that people just are gonna be on their nerve and just will want to suicide on you.
Right.
What makes them want them to go suicide on you? Just because of a little bit of a tick, like a little thing that they did. And that's where like it's so random, you would think, but these things happen over and over again with a lot of different people. So it's not just random because it's a
Hey, Pete,
human
26?
psychological feature.
I don't know, Olive, man. I don't know what you're talking about, man. Really. I think you must be seeing stuff.
You want the business corner too?
No. It's fine. It's fine. I got a business corner for you. You want to see? You want to see what my business corner? You want to see what my business corner looks like, bud?
Plus 26.
This is great, man.
See, so usually you'd have somebody as massive as Pete right now who's just gonna destroy everything.
Yeah.
But plus 26.
Yeah, it was good. It felt really good until I pointed it out. But I didn't point out what I saw him do because there's fog.
Yeah.
I saw Olive do something too that was very significant. And the viewers will have to consult the videotape.
Oh no, but we can see also that the leader has 2 capitals out of 6.
Oh, interesting. You can see that.
Hint, hint.
Hint, hint. Yeah, man, you must know exactly what to pay attention to if you've played this a lot.
Well, no, like capitals, you have to check for the number of capitals. There's here I'm usually gonna be the guy who's not gonna bother too much. I'm just gonna be playing on my side. Hey, don't kill me. I'm no one. I don't have a significant place. You don't need to kill me. My capital is worth nothing. You won't have more continental bonuses. With me.
And try and be as passive as you can.
Yeah, sometimes it works.
Sometimes it works, sure. Try and make a friendship with no alliances, with no ability to communicate, so that you can card trade with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Very subtle cues.
Very subtle cues, and for sure there's ways to help each other out and stuff. But at this honestly, this is not the kind of game I thought we were gonna play, because if this were fixed,
yeah,
now you would just destroy everything. See, understand, because there's no way for me or for Bacon to kind of
right, come back. Yeah.
From a plus 26, 27.
Well, bonuses are starting to get big though.
Yeah.
So there is that inflection point in a caps game where the cards start to matter, or a prog caps game specifically, where the cards start to matter a whole lot more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and basically, right now, a good strategy would just be to stay in your own corner, let other kill each other.
Yeah.
And just, you don't want 3 capitals as well. There's no reason for you to take 3 capitals. You're just gonna, if you go much further down the road, well, maybe there is a reason why you want to take 3 capitals, but further down the road, you're gonna have to split your troops into your 3 capitals, and people are gonna try to take you over. So, a lot of people are just moving.
Did Olive get attacked? I don't know, guys. Let's see if this works. Okay. Let's see if that works.
Yes, see, you let Pete do all of the damage, and
yeah, Pete, you just did some big attacks right there.
Mm-hmm. I'm just that kind of guy. What I love about this map in fog is hiding in some of those nooks.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Isn't that the best, where you can just trick someone into, in the end game, trying to run around and miss you in a spot, and then you have a big stack and you can counterattack? That's just what I love about this map the most.
Absolutely. Yeah, and I haven't seen much of those huge attacks like you're talking about, but yeah, now it's gonna be a much more difficult game of like hide and seek, and let's all kill Pete because he has way too much of a big bonus.
Man, where have I heard those words before? I try to make friends, and this is what I get. I don't know, man. I feel like I'm more greedy Risk player than most. Is that a fair assessment? Like, I always get in these situations where I'm like, I could take this continent, so why don't I just take it? And then, you know?
I think I would also say that about myself then.
Sure.
Like, I see your style. I think, yeah, you're a bit aggressive, and I think I do it as well.
Okay.
I've talked a lot about Olive with 2v2 strategies and or sometimes 1v1, and I felt I was a little bit too aggressive on certain occasions, trying a little bit to get the odds in my favor. So when I got the odds in my favor, obviously I was just winning, but not. It wasn't always the case, and for my losses, I definitely had to think about it. What could I have done better? Stuff like that. Sometimes
Well, you have had some success in 2v2 before, right? You got to the semifinals of the Drew 2v2 tournament.
Mm-hmm. No, it's like 2v2 is a little bit like 1v1 basically, like where there is a for me, I'm 100% certain there is a mathematical way to kind of solve certain games. By solving means there is a path that if you take, it will lead to the highest probability of winning. A little bit like poker. Poker, there is a path for complete dominance where the person, like, there is an algorithm which was solved like 1v1 heads up, fixed
you get him. All right, GG Cowboy.
Yeah, he was I kind of screwed him over.
But yeah, I saw. And then I added to it.
Yeah. Well, Cowboy won't want to play with us anymore, I think.
Well, no, he jumped at the chance, man. He jumped. He was like, oh, yeah, absolutely. I know Cowboy loves Caps, so I was like, yeah, we're playing a little Caps game there. Oh, I see. Now I see what's happening here.
No, you don't.
Okay, I don't see anything. We're going to be buddies?
I'd love to be buddies with you.
We're going to be buddies for a while? Oh, boy, oh, boy. It's probably not a good move. It's probably not a good move, though.
I know your style, Pete.
What?
I'm going to be a good neighbor to you.
Yeah,
because I can really frick you up.
Oh, and likewise, right? You're I know what you have right now, so what on earth can we do about that? Olive says he wants to be a good neighbor.
And then you have 65 troops plus 27, 67. So you have 94 troops that you can just use anywhere you want.
Anywhere I want, eh? So Olive.
Yeah.
I see this army here. You need that army, right? That's your only way to go?
Otherwise I'd have to attack upwards.
I see. Otherwise, I see what you have to do. Okay. Well, let's see how neighborly we can be. This is kind of the juxtaposition of Fog and then having the players in VC, right? It's kind of unfair. Oh. Oh. What's Xerip gonna do?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I don't know either. The Fog is fun, but like, if I could actually comment on the game.
I'm sorry.
No. Why? What did you do?
Xerip did it.
Oh, I understand. Oh no. Very slick then. Too bad. Stirring up the pot. You don't actually sound like you're all that sorry, though.
I don't want to, but like, fine.
You don't sound like you're all that sorry.
But I will make it very easy for you to get it back.
Thank you.
Oh, started 24 truce. Oh my god. Okay, we're playing against
Olive.
behemoths.
Yes.
Yeah.
Leviathan.
I've been on a point today. Like I play like a random zombie game on like Reverse World. Only first time I ever did that, and I managed to win.
Doesn't it feel good when you're hot?
Yeah. So Pete, just so you know, I'm still being blocked.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that's like I have to keep getting cards. So.
But like how blocked are we talking?
Like, there's a really big blockage back there.
Like a really big block. Okay. Like a Xerip-sized really big blockage.
But like he has some special syrup back there.
I'm sure he does.
Oh man, I think I'm gonna get wrecked.
I mean, I'm just saying, Xerip. I mean, I'm at 4 cards. You can insinuate what may or may not happen. You have an opportunity to not be there.
Olive threatens very nicely, doesn't he?
So, this is actually very interesting. So yeah, so Pete, Xerip did a thing where I can't break him now.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you gonna do, Olive? Come on, you can start a war with somebody.
Nah, make love, not war, brah.
Oh.
So are you gonna skip your turn? Or
No,
are
you can just always just give me that extra cap as a show of good faith. That's also an option.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so tell me about this season's tournament then. You won your first tournament, and then did you take a break for a while because you became a dad? Is this the story? Or?
Yeah. So
yeah.
So I think I played Q2 in 2020. Didn't do too well, and I took a break in Q3 because I became a dad.
Yep.
Q3 and Q4 maybe. I'm not sure. I don't remember. And now the first quarter in 2021.
That's fair, Pete.
Well, I think it's more than fair. I think we can scratch each other's back.
Wow.
Okay, so you played Q2. Sorry to do. Oh,
yeah, and I got into. Yeah. And I don't think I did too well, but I guess afterwards I went into the finals in the last free-for-all tournament.
That's right.
So that was a fun experience.
Until it wasn't.
Until I almost said to myself, I'm never gonna play games that are lasting more than 2 hours because it's just at some point it's just not fun anymore because we were playing for 12 hours and basically we were doing almost the same moves for numerous hours, and I think I just had a breaking point. I'm like, okay, like this game is no longer fun because we're all at a skill level where we know that we don't want to, um, where it just was progressive, and there was no way for people. I saw no way for me of winning or being in the top two. So there was an obvious path for me to be third, but I guess I didn't want to take the time, and I just felt like I suicided, and that for me was a low moment but I was also like pissed at the game that it wasn't so beautiful anymore. I saw that there was a lot of lacking, and
So this
I
was
was sad.
this was a moment where you acted on emotion.
I acted on emotion, but I also acted because like I saw that Cherry was so superior. She had a great strategy. I could have halted her a little bit before when I do it in retrospect, but for me, I basically said to myself, like I don't like these kind of games because at some point it's just a stalemate and it's not fun anymore, I guess. So
were you kind of angry at yourself a little bit for missing an opportunity?
No, because there was no opportunity.
Okay.
For me, it wasn't I missed something. It's just like the game at some point becomes a little bit dull and a little bit of like, okay, who has the best stamina, which is okay, like you can have that. But for me, I think it's something that I don't want to experience anymore. Like winning game because of stamina. For me, I'd rather like use maybe taking risks and skill and stuff like that.
So explain to me then how that isn't a fairly scathing criticism of Cap's mode.
It is, but honestly, I made a mistake. I thought it was we should have played fixed instead of progressive.
Okay, like in the finals or in this.
Oh, on this map. Progressive is good. Is good when it's not capitals. Basically, it just makes the game much quicker. Like you won't hang around too long. So. Yeah, so basically, it's what's happening down there. Man, Olive is not attacking me at all, and I attacked him. I blocked him. What's happening?
He's not yet acting on emotion.
This is a game of a tremendous patience.
Yeah.
I'm being very careful with my position right now.
Right.
No, and you're doing good.
Yeah, I was very lucky that Cowboy kind of did not fortify his cap right, and that's why I've been kind of focusing a bit on this. But now we're starting to reach like a point of like equilibrium, so now I can try to really concentrate for a bit, even though. But like now that we're like in a good spot, so like Xerip, going to the point you said before about like the fact that a lot of free for all games are like kind of like a stalemate. Do you think that's a weakness of the risk of like risk itself? Like unless you're doing like progressive, where like the goal is to kill each other really quickly to get the cards.
Well, risk at its base was something that was, very long. Basically, when we used to play it and stuff like that, when we were younger with the board and stuff like that, it just was a really long game. But it was, you could negotiate with people live. You could discuss things, etc. So that was.
We're the same age, eh, Xerip? You're 1983.
Yeah, 1983.
Yeah, we're the same age. I come from the board game too, man. So like having all of these extra restrictions on. I mean, I get why collaboration and fair play is very important, but having all those extra rules and restrictions on what you can say is, a little bit like a lot of the fun of the game and a lot of the strategy of the game was convincing people to do things that
exactly, and when we used to play the board game, whenever I started talking to somebody, all of my other friends said, "Don't negotiate with Xerip. Don't. He's gonna screw you over. You're gonna think you made a good deal, but don't. You're gonna." And that was just like them telling me without, without me doing basically anything. Like I and then I would have to do it like some deals. Whether it's Risk or Monopoly or any other game where there's negotiations involved, etc. So
In the game, it's ultimately a negotiation.
yeah, here you can't really talk about it.
Yeah. Like an example, like when you're watching this game right now, you're seeing Pete's perspective. Like Pete and I have a really good thing going for us right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a perfect tit for tat.
Probably, yeah.
Probably. But it
Well,
soon
can't see
won't
it.
matter, right? It'll soon fall by the wayside with the trades becoming so large that, right, the bonus you end up getting for the continents becomes negligible.
It's already become negligible, so like the point is going to basically come down to card blocking.
Yes.
So we're almost getting to that stage. So it's just all going to kind of be like dependent on that.
Exactly.
But we're still, since we're not completely at that point yet, so this year, like there's something we talked about kind of before, like starting the show, which was the whole ladder ranking system right now. And you've done this before yourself, right? To get to the top of the ladder, the key to success is you basically like need to like noob grind. Where basically
Noob grind.
Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Where basically all you're trying to do is you find a very weak player, you play a skill-based setting, and then you play in a way where you like defeat like the very like noobish player. You get a very small amount of points, but you do it very consistently. And over like 500 games, you get like a 99% win rate, and then you get up to near like the top of the ladder. So my question like to you is, what do you think of the current ladder system, and if there's a problem with it, what would you change?
Well, I think they want to change it, the ladder system, to make it much better. Because there's a flaw. Basically, in order to be number one in the world, the best strategy is to noob grind. Basically, like the strategy that you talked about. It's not rewarding. But then again, I think it feels like speedrunning for people who ever did speedrunning in the past. Speedrunning is basically doing the same thing over and over again, trying to have the lowest time possible. Here, it's like you do it over and over again just to have the highest number of points. And basically, it's just like you have to do it over and over again. And basically, there's not much skill involved once you absolutely know how to do it. But to change it, basically, the proposition is where you can only rank through auto match, and you would be paired with people who are of equal ranks, etc. I think that is something that is reasonable. But I guess time will tell if this is what SMG is going to come up with.
Yeah, it's been taking forever for them to say that they're going to do auto match. And sometimes I wonder if they're like actually going to do it or not.
I'm a positive person. I think they're going to do it, in my opinion.
But the question is when.
Oh, the question is when. Okay.
Because when I originally got to the top 10, I remember it was back in January, February of this year. I felt like I had to rush it because I thought it was only going to be on around for another like month or two. Whereas I could have taken my sweet time and gotten to top 10, and then it would have gone better. And like since then, what we've seen is people just gaming the system more and more.
But what's going to happen is that people are, like whatever SMG is going to think of, people are going to still try to game the system anyways, Like it might be much more difficult to do, or, like I think like at some point if you, if you're thinking, oh, I'm going to like create the same accounts and like play with each other, well, that's more cheating. That's not trying to game the system. So that you should definitely take out of the equation. But for like you're never gonna you're always gonna have people who are gonna scratch their minds and like, how can I make it more efficient? And basically they're gonna be maybe specialists of like automatch, etc. But then like if I were to play automatch, I would check like the win-loss ratio of everyone and say, oh, this person looks like he is, like a grandmaster who wants to rank up. Let me suicide on him just for the thrill, just for the gist of it, And that's what's gonna happen. I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people like that, because for me, it's gonna be something that is gonna be fun, humorous. You have this destructive side of you, when we suicide into somebody, well, he started the war, but then you didn't win. The objective is to win the game of Risk, and you didn't win. But still, even though you didn't win, you still have a huge satisfaction of having suicided into somebody who pissed you off, So
this is the big fear I have and regret associated with naming my show the Kill Pete Strategy. Is that people are going to gun for me indiscriminately like that.
Well, you're always going to have that risk. And,
right.
Basically, I think I think I saw at some point saying like somebody joined your game and has had your nickname there, Pete, the Kill Pete bot or something like that.
Okay.
Which I found it super amusing, that people would go to lengths to create an account just to and try to join your game when you rank up and stuff. So that's very dedicated. You have a nice following. People like will try to.
Oh yeah, it's totally a privilege. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's fun. It's still nice.
Yeah. That wasn't really a lament. It was more just a piggyback on what you were saying about how what people will do in those types of circumstances.
Yeah, and human behavior, like we are people who like to be entertained. So, if you can't win, let me just ruin somebody else's day. And there's a guy who wants to be killed. Let me just like prove him right,
So you seem pretty interested in psychology, man.
I am very interested, and I've studied a little bit of it, on how to nudge people. There's a lot of mathematics behind psychology. In the form of in the form of statistics, like something, let's say nudging. People, when you say 90% of people got vaccinated.
Yep.
I don't want to go into the debate of vaccination.
No, thank you.
If you tell them, people are saying like, oh, okay, it's normal to get vaccinated, so people are going to be maybe less afraid of it. So there's certain information you can put out there, or like maybe everybody here, respects the environment and cleans after themselves, or 95% of people like clean up when they enter the the part and stuff like that. And just that will make people increase, and you do that with statistics. Like you see how many people did it, you do a test on them, and so a lot of mathematics. And plus there's a cognitive behavior which is overconfidence. And there's a way to actually calculate the overconfidence of how people are overconfident. Like, let's say you ask a question. Let's say I ask you a question, Pete. How tall is the Eiffel Tower, for example?
Sure.
What would you say, is a range of your 90% confidence interval of that?
I have no idea.
But what would
you know what a confidence interval is?
No.
Okay, so let's say, for example, a range where you're 90% confident that you're gonna have the good answer.
Okay.
Not 100%. So let's say, for example, if I ask you 100% confident interval of how tall the Eiffel Tower is, well, I would say from 1 meter to 1,000,000 meters.
Yeah, because you'd be correct.
Because I'd be correct. It's nowhere near that, based on my knowledge. But if you want 90%, you have to kind of okay, I didn't ask you for 100% confidence interval, I asked you for 90. So if you ask an architect, he might say, well, I don't remember exactly, but maybe it's from 149 to 151 meters or something like that, but he's going to be extremely precise, and his 90% confidence interval is going to be super small. But you, Pete, you might not know. You've never maybe visited France, have you?
No.
No. So you've only seen it on pictures. And maybe some trivia. What was the tallest building in 1897?
The Eiffel Tower.
The Eiffel Tower.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
See? So you're amazing at trivia.
So I'm reasonably good. But I couldn't tell you what the height is, though.
So if I were to ask you 100 questions, but give me a confidence, just for fun. Tell me numbers.
I'm bad with numbers, man. I'm a words guy.
Okay, you're a words guy.
Yeah.
How many words? Let's combine words and numbers.
Yes, sir.
How many words are there in the English language?
Words? I would say hundreds of thousands, right?
Okay, what's your 90% confidence interval where you're 90% certain that the correct answer is within this range?
I would see it's such a big range because I'm not super confident.
But it's okay, but tell me 90% confidence.
I would say between 10,000 and 500,000. So a very large range.
It's okay. It's so that you could, if I ask you 10 questions with respect to that, you would have one incorrect.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's how 90% confident. And you're correct. If somebody Wikipedia it, there's about 170,000 words.
Okay.
So more than there's more than 1,000,000 total words.
Okay.
About 170,000 words in current use. So probably you assume that it was for current use, which is okay. So see, that's the thing. Sometimes with questions you can get messed up.
Right.
And now this is getting to a boring game. I think the risk game. I don't know, maybe.
No, I think there's some stuff that's going to happen soon.
Some stuff that's going to happen. Okay. Yeah. So basically, if I ask you,
I know what's going on right now.
Okay, but Pete, if I were to ask you 100 of those questions, and if you are perfectly calibrated and you know exactly your mathematics, you know how stuff works, you would get 90 correct questions and 10 incorrect questions.
Sure.
Okay. But if you ask 100 of those questions, like I've asked you one, but if I were to ask you 99 others, statistically speaking, you can try it at home, you can try with friends and stuff like that. Statistically speaking, people will get on average 67 right, not 90 right. So that means
they are overconfident.
they're overconfident,
Yep.
and this can be measured
Yeah.
statistically. And you are, on average, people are overconfident with their own expectations, or like maybe with probabilities and stuff like that. People are saying, well, I'm not an overconfident guy or a person, I'm always shy and stuff like that. And but I'm not talking about that kind of overconfidence. I'm more talking
it's
about
a cognitive process, right? Everyone is like
exactly.
This. Yeah.
Yeah, like if you ask people, like, are you better? Are you a good driver, or are you better than the average? Well, 70% of people will say that they're better than average,
which is mathematically impossible.
Which is no, mathematically it is possible. It's just how you have to assume that some people are overconfident in their skill.
No, I mean it is mathematically impossible for 70% of people to be better than average.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
true. Oh.
What just happened?
Oh.
Nobody's talking now.
No. No. Oh my goodness gracious.
What are you gonna do, Pete?
I mean, this might be a thing that I can do. It's a moment of action in the baseball game of Risk that is this Prague Caps game. I love how you were you want to talk about overconfidence there for a second. I love how at the beginning you were like, no, it'll be over quick. Then
yeah, exactly.
1 hour in, he's like, we're getting into the boring stage now.
Yeah.
Are you doing math in your head, Olive?
No, I was getting like a lay of the land.
Uh-huh. And how did it look?
Oh, you're just exploring? Okay.
Yeah, I need to see what's going on. I know exactly what's going on across the whole map now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You sure? Are you sure you do?
Now, basically, I know where I'm at and what I can control and what I can't control.
See, Pete, this will be the moment where, somebody might...
Oh, yeah. Let's see if that was a good move for me or a bad move for me.
Yeah, so he's at 3. So basically, I'm in 5. Can I make a guess of what's going on right now?
Yeah, go for it, Olive.
Alright. So, what's going on right now is that Xerip is in the music area. Bacon went MIA. Xerip then took over that area once the bot left his cap.
Yep.
Zeggy right now is in Grocers and is blocking you over Bridge, which you control.
Yep.
And also Bacon's also kind of blocking you through the music area.
You have
two territories.
So wrong, Olive.
Business corner.
You are so wrong with that take.
Oh, come on.
You assumed that Bacon bought it out. He did not. He made a mistake with his fortification and left his cap free.
Okay.
That's what you get, Pete, by the way. When you take somebody's cap...
I know.
And they have 700... Did Bacon get unlucky with his...
I don't know, man.
766. Troops attacking. 766, 470.
Is he anywhere else? No.
Yeah, so he got a little bit unlucky, but he wasn't gonna win it. But there were supposed to be 27 left. And you got much more than 27.
Alright, so there's a lot of movement up there.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, yeah. So now I guess I can tell you what happened. Olive, is that he went off cap at the end of his turn, and then I took his cap, and then he suicided into it, and then I just got the bounty. So there you go.
Okay. So now Zaggy is controlling the right-hand side. Pretty well. How am I doing, Xerip, in this progressive caps game?
Yeah, I would also love your take on how I'm doing.
Like, I'm new to this. I know that there's a general principle, which is never attack anything.
No, it also don't get blocked. So if you are able to take a card, you are doing something very good. See, like, I'm totally blanked out. I have no idea where people are. Like, I know
exactly
a couple.
Where everyone is. Yeah. So what's interesting... Yeah, so basically, the strength is, like, I'm nowhere nearby you guys, and the weakness is like, I'm nowhere nearby you guys.
Yeah, so you can be blocked quite easily, I guess, if you're nowhere.
It has to get really high, and people have to know exactly what to do for me. And Pete's my best friend.
Oh yeah, we've been doing.
So Pete is definitely helping you out. So
we've been having a good.
Yeah. So if you have a best friend with Pete, and basically, like that's a little bit of what happened with, with Cowboy and Cherry. Cherry and Cowboy were best friends forever. And that got me really pissed off. You don't want to be best friends forever.
There has to be a limit.
Like, hey, there's a limit. I tried to be like, hey, want to be my buddy? And Cherry was like, no. Hey, want to be my buddy? No. Hey, are you sure? Still no. And
enough.
And I tried to be, I made some angry faces. I'm saying, like, I'm angry, come on, help me out. But
yeah, well, that's the thing, right? Your fundamental principle is that you care, like, a lot about, like, math. And ultimately, with a game like this, emotion, like, eventually, like, took a toll to it.
I guess. But, like, for me, it was just, like, I don't want to be third. I want to be top 2. And I guess, like, there's prizes for top 3, which afterwards, like, I'm like, I should have tried for third,
yeah.
Which I definitely could have. But,
it didn't seem worth it after that much time invested.
Exactly.
Sure.
And I didn't think of, like, I wanted first place, basically, because I saw that there was a way for me to get it, but Cherry was the one who denied it to me. So,
well, it was. It's easy for anyone watching to speculate, but after 13 hours, what's going on in your mental and emotional state is anyone's guess, right?
Yeah, and like, I'm a person who definitely, I will backstab people. I will, like.
You don't say that.
Trust me.
You don't say that publicly.
No, I know, but I've done it so many times.
Yeah, me too, for sure.
Where like, okay, like, even if you help me so much, I'm gonna analyze the points in the tournament, saying, like, okay, what is gonna be the best situation for me to kind of, like, get a good percentage and stuff like that, to increase my odds of winning.
Xerip, what do you think of this?
Yeah.
What do you think of this statement? Right, I expect my opponents in any game I play to play as if I'm going to use every legal means to win. right? We take the morality off the table. There's no good way to win. There's no bad way to win as long as it's legal. Whatever game we're playing, you look at the rules and you say, I expect all of my opponents when they play me that I'm playing to win, and I'm going to take every legal means to do that. That's my approach publicly and personally. That is my approach to all games. Do you have kind of like a hard rule, something like that you use, something similar? Or is there an ethic? Do you apply?
No,
is there a right
ethic.
way? Okay, so what is the right way then? And I know that's a very big question.
For me, I would say I would optimize my plays. I will try my best to play logically, to optimize the way things are done. I'm going to practice very much to try to be better at it and find new strategies, etc. Basically that's how I would go about it, but not every legal way, because legal way could be like, hey, go into the ISP of the person, hack him, and make him lose connection, which is definitely, like...
I see. You're extending the definition of legal beyond... No, but that wouldn't be legal, because that would be counted as hacking, so I don't think that I don't even think that specific example.
Every legal... Okay, well... I guess, but
I'm not trying to get into a semantic argument. The basic point I was trying to make was, the basic question I was trying to ask was, to see if you and I agree on, I guess, what the definition of winning is. Right? Because I don't think my wins are legitimate if I have to cheat to get them, obviously.
No, but if you have to collaborate with other people, like that's cheating. For me, you shouldn't be using that.
Yeah.
And that's not a legal way also to do things. So no, you definitely have to not use any legal means necessary, because any legal means could be twisted because of semantics, but. Yes. But definitely, don't use that, but I'll try to do my best. That's something that you should be saying. I'll try to do my best to win.
I like to think
whether you love my approach or not. My approach could be very aggressive. Maybe you don't agree with it, but, maybe I'm going to be a bad neighbor to you because I feel that, I can take advantage of your situation, etc.
And you might as well, because you're here to win.
And I might.
Yeah, and you might.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I might. 26? How can you get 26? Where are you?
With 26 troops? I don't know what I'm doing.
That's a lot of troops.
I just got it. It's like 200 troops.
Somebody should stop this man. Okay, so there were two questions that you wanted to get into. So the first one is, and I think this is a great question, how do you prepare for tournaments?
You practice with people online, looking for games, and emulate the strategies. If you can get a private game going with Pete and Olive, that's definitely something that, could get you much better. But basically, there's not more to that than just practice. I could say meditation, but, I'm not a meditative guy, but I'm sure it could help a lot of people. And basically, Pete, I don't know if you remember, but at some point, I think we played a couple of 1 versus 1 on Supermax.
Oh yeah,
and I told you remember.
Thank you, by the way, for showing me.
And that was I think our team was playing your team, and you were playing against one of my teammates later on.
Right.
And I was like, we're nice. Don't think I don't want to not give you the training because you're an opponent. No, let's get the game of the level a little bit higher. If instead of you trying to optimize your thinking, after 20 games, like if you had to do it all over yourself, like maybe it's going to take you 50 games, but my tricks might boost you to, like see certain things like quicker and stuff like that. A little bit like, artificial intelligence, a booster kind of thing.
When you came to me, I had never played 1v1s. Ever.
Okay.
So I was brand new at it.
So I don't remember I don't know if you remember, but you've asked one question to me. No, I've asked you a question,
sure,
and you've answered. Oh my God, I don't know if I should say it on this podcast, but I asked you. So after like 3 games, have you learned anything?
So I didn't know. I didn't know if I did.
And you said no. I didn't learn anything.
Oh man.
And
that can't be true. Oh. I fail to believe that we were both wasting our time.
No. But for me, I was like trying to tell you a little bit of or I think, okay, see, like here, there's something that happened.
Yeah.
Like, did you know what just happened? Because maybe I was telling you some certain tricks, and you tried something, and like for me, the reasoning of like how to progress, how to be better, is like, okay, like I've lost a game. Why did I lose it? What made it lose? And one of the best, like when I practice against other people, a lot of people tell me, because I win a lot of 1v1s, and a lot of people tell me like, wow, I've lost, but honestly, I've won so much because I now really like see the game much differently. I've never been beaten like going Supermax. I've never been beaten when I go first on Supermax. And here, you just like destroyed me. And I was like, well, I usually do that to people because I have a way of thinking that may not be like what other people are doing. So I'm studying the game. I'm trying certain different stuff. I'm checking, is there math reasoning behind it and stuff like that. So, but when it's 6-player progressive, like the math is more like it's not really math. It's more how what's it called, how human behavior reacts and stuff like that. So I was slightly disappointed when you said I learned nothing. It's like, well, do you want me to tell you what you could have learned? And I think like you had to go or something like that. So, I don't. I didn't mind. It's just like I was like, oh, I don't think it was a waste of time. For me, it was to show you a little bit, like how people could play, how you could react and stuff like that. But
so I find different maps overwhelming, and I find and I can't quantify that. So I can't explain to you why I like certain maps over others in terms of 1v1 now. But I would say I will, short of some light bulb going off in my head that I've yet to illuminate, I don't think I'm at a place where Supermax makes sense yet, even despite everything you showed. Like, I understand you take the ends, and then you take the hallways, and then you take the middle, right? That seems pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
But there's something about the architecture of that map, similarly Simple World, that it just my brain just doesn't like it. And I don't know how to articulate that better. But it wasn't a waste of time.
I know it wasn't. It wasn't like I like to tell people like my thought process, like pretty much a lot of the things. I think maybe the only times where I might withhold some information is, let's say for example, there was a zombie tournament. Well, I mapped out the zombie paths for like a certain map, and once I've played the games, I let it out in the public because I didn't necessarily. I wanted to have it to my advantage a little bit. But then, like I've played the game. Let's publicly share the knowledge afterwards. Maybe others will see it and stuff like that. It might be fun. So
okay, so you practice a lot for tournaments. That seems like a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah, and there's the people that practice are also like very talented usually. So you won't you will find like I found that sometimes the games that I've played in practice were much tougher because, like you're playing against some people who like regularly practice, so and you kind of get their style and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, learning about the people has been a big part of the game for me ever since I came on the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why it took so long for me to reach out to you about this, because I've been doing the show now for, if it's weekly, and this is episode 21, then we're almost at half a year, which is pretty crazy to contemplate. But I've noticed your repeat very high level performance, with hopefully a very, very small amount of envy, and you're someone that I watch very carefully because I want to learn as much as I can.
So if there's tricks, I definitely can help out and stuff like that.
Tricks? Like secrets?
Secrets, but like I don't think there's many secrets. I think a lot of the secrets were documented, like on YouTube. But 1v1s, basically, like there's a clear path to winning, which is obvious, but I start to not really like it anymore because at some point it just becomes okay. You do the same thing systematically over and over. But the fun thing with respect to the 1v1 tournament is that you can actually get creative and find new ways people didn't think of before, etc. So that's what I really liked. Here you go. Hello, my little friend.
Oh boy. What does he do about that one? Oh. Olive's not going to take it lying down.
Well, somebody's salty.
No, he's not salty. He's just concentrating. You still there, Olive?
I had to concentrate.
Yes, he was concentrating.
Yeah. Yeah, Xerip and I have been kind of quiet. We've been doing some things in the background against each other.
Some things.
Okay.
Nothing very, nothing major. Just maybe 800 troops kill, something like that, or 1,000.
Like, basically what Xerip's trying to do is, like, now the sets are getting really large, he's trying to card block me. Like,
did I succeed though? I didn't. You still got a card.
No, I didn't succeed. I knew that it was going to happen.
So you wanted to give me incentive not to do it again.
Yeah, because you're only getting 5. Because basically, Pete's controlling the whole like other side right now.
No, but
and basically, if you just keep doing it, I'm just going to suicide into you because I hate long games, which is why I'm more of a 1v1, 2v2 player. Like, if you like fortify everything to your thing, I'm just literally going to slam it because that's literally what I do.
He's had enough. He's putting his foot down.
But it's good. It shortens the game.
Yeah, somebody has to force the action.
Like I said, I'm willing to make a move if I have to make a move. The thing is, like, I'm guessing you have about like 600 on your cap right now.
What's your 90% confidence interval?
Oh, that's funny.
It is funny.
It's at 200 to 900.
It's a big range.
200 to 900. Is your 90% confidence interval? Well, you're
yeah, there's
right.
only so much I can do. I'm not a very confident guy, I guess.
That was some not so overt humility.
Ah, so I guess you're really blocked on the other side. I don't know. I guess maybe. I don't know.
I just know what you're capable of, and I know that if you continue going at me, you're going to be at a very
Lose.
low troop count.
Yeah.
So I'm picking my battles of who I want to go up against.
Okay, that's fair.
Causing trouble, eh?
Well, you have to target someone to get something to happen. So basically, it's like Xerip and I are going at each other.
Well, we were going at each other.
Yeah, like Xerip was making a good move on me down there.
Yeah, and that's how you get whipped. I tried to make a move on Olive, and basically I got punished for it. Well, I got punished, but also Olive got probably also
69.
hurt.
You have to get hurt. But like in the end, like you have to do something in these games. Like I said, this is not what I would normally play. I can see like the stylistic appeal of it though, and that's why I'm really excited about the upcoming tournament. Like, what are your goals for this upcoming free for all tournament, Xerip?
Oh, well, I have to admit I haven't seen the settings yet.
Whoa. Practice, 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 my friend.
But I do it before the 2, 3, 4 days before, when people are super motivated and they know like they've been better and stuff like that. But yeah.
Well, round one is World Conquest fixed with blizzards.
It's honestly a really good map choice for round one.
You like them?
Because
I have a bone to pick with those settings. But
tell me
maybe
about those settings, Pete.
maybe I'm just not a fixed guy. I actually feel like this is similar to round one last tournament, where it might just be and this gets back to what I was getting at a bit about the ethics of not just whether or not you win, but how you win. I think it might just be correct to bot out. How do you?
Yeah, well, botting out is a strategy. You can definitely use it. I think if
Yeah, I'm really afraid of you card blocking me, Xerip, so I have to take action against you.
Well,
and honestly, like over like a course of a couple turns, I'm getting like 100 more troops than you. Or like even if your sets are like super big, like 100 troops does add up. Yeah, if this was fixed, this would have been over.
Yeah, if this was fixed, it would have been over much quicker, right?
Alright. Let's take a little look-see, shall we? Oh, hello.
And just leave, 9 in your capital just to make sure that you finish up the 4.
I mean... Ooh.
Oh, you're out, Xerip.
GG, man.
I'm out.
GG.
GG.
How much was on your cap?
100 was left. He punched through a 200 stack of mine that previous turn, and then Zeggy hit him. And there is an audible gasp on the videotape we could refer to. That was all. That was the only. That was the only tell. But I knew that that might have been my shot, and here we are. So
Yeah.
Here we are. GG, bro.
GG. So yeah, so Olive, hit me with his biggest stack of 900 against my biggest stack of 900,
Gotcha.
and that hurt.
Yes.
Not a capital, so.
Yeah, totally. You don't have that defensive edge. Are you going to stick around and chat, or are you looking to do,
sure.
something else? Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Stick around for as long as you'd like, and let me know when you're looking to dip out. And
I'm looking at everybody's position.
Yeah, now you can see what's up.
Yeah. Well, now everybody know that Zegi has 69s all over the place.
Yeah.
So.
Everybody does what they have to do to keep themselves interested.
Yeah, and basically now it's when it's 3 people left. What sucks is it's gonna be basically a game of
Chicken?
Of chicken, because you're not gonna be able to card block one person, because Pete has way too many points where he can. No, maybe one person, maybe, I don't know, this is difficult to say, but.
Well, Olive and I have a.
But if you're trying to card block somebody,
so we could talk to each other.
Yeah, but basically, if you're trying to card block somebody, then you're gonna see the person's wrath at some point.
Totally.
Just like Olive did to me.
Yeah,
I tried to card block him, and
I was getting hundreds of extra troops, so.
Yeah.
It's basically all those extra turns. Yeah, now the troops are 200 per set turn in, but if I have 20 turns of 20 more troops than you, that's an extra 400 troops I can attack you with.
Exactly. So I picked the wrong person.
I did lose a lot of troops, lose my balance. Definitely Pete has an advantage over me right now. But if Zegi successfully uses the power of the 69, he may be able to turn against Pete.
I should start putting 69 stacks everywhere, is what you're saying. You heard it here first, folks. The secret risk strategy. 69 stacks. That's what happens. So no secrets, Xerip, but other than that?
Other than that, I don't think so.
Okay.
If there are secrets, I'm usually really willing to share them. There's, I guess, people, if they really want to know the mathematics behind Risk, there's a lot of really good stuff on the main Risk server under the strategy Discord. I think this is the first place I would go to. I think there's a really nice collaboration between people to try to get mathematics out of risks. We've documented, for example, what are the balance split percentages. Some people try to find the formulas for it. So I really like the collaboration there. That was really refreshing.
Yeah, it's not. You don't always see that in online communities, that everyone is just positive and willing to help each other.
Yeah, exactly, and that's refreshing. I think some people might want to hold on to certain things for themselves, but I mean, there's still gonna be some people like that.
You told me to harness. You told me to harness the power. I'm gonna harness the power, sir. It's working out for Zagi.
So, Xerip, are you in spectator mode right now?
Yeah, I'm seeing everything that's happening. So basically,
your 69 stalemate.
Yeah, this could go on a stalemate, but I mean, if you really want my opinion, you, Pete, and Olive were such really good buddies since the beginning, probably, that you probably should put your efforts together to take on Ziggy.
Yeah.
But then what's gonna happen is that Ziggy is simply gonna be pissed at one of you two and is gonna suicide on one of you two.
Right, and that will
And the person who
destabilize.
he suicides will just determine who is first and who is second. So you
Yeah.
don't really want to piss off Ziggy because you want to piss him off just enough so that he suicides on your opponent, basically.
Well,
So,
I
Pete,
figure it would be
I
me.
have a proposal for you.
My ears are open, sir.
You 69 him first and attack one of his, and I'll 69 him second and attack his other one.
Sure. But like,
All right,
why don't you move that 554 stack up one?
Up one?
Yeah, so that he can't get a card.
The
Is
other
that the only way you can get
potential.
cards right now?
Sorry? If you
Is that the only way
okay,
you can get cards?
if you move the 584 up and I move my 69 up, he can't get cards.
But
I'll leave it here.
the other potential thing that could happen is, for example, Ziggy will be really pissed and will
suicide
try
into
to
my
card
cap.
block Olive.
Yeah.
So now he's like, oh shit,
He's card blocked.
he's card blocked right now. So he's gonna have to take a tough decision.
Yeah, he's gonna hit my cap. Oh baby!
And he hit.
And he hits my cap. Well, it had to be done. He lost half his troops. Now what are you gonna do?
Wow. Okay.
You see? You see the power of collaboration. Just one. All I said was move that stack one up. At least this game will end.
Sorry, Pete. I wanted to believe in 69 with you.
I know, me too.
I thought all that would happen was you would hit a 69 stack and I would hit a 69 stack.
Maybe another day. In another life, Olive. We can 69 till the end of time.
Did you just hit a 69?
Yeah, I did.
That was beautiful.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it some more.
Oh my gosh, Pete! There are children that watch this show.
Yeah, I know. Won't somebody please?
It's
think
just
of,
a number,
Somebody please think of the children.
but it's just a number. That might represent significance.
What does it represent, Sarah? Can you tell the people? One time I was on stream and I
Well, like
I read
the
the
6
definition.
is an upside 9.
Yep,
I mean, it's just symmetric, I guess.
very. We did the math, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. Ziggy is getting killed.
Poor Zeggy.
Well, Pete, as promised, I did some 69ing.
I saw what you did. You're a gentleman. Oh, I think he just punches me and you win, right?
Yeah, basically. So
Yeah,
you
fair
know,
enough. Fair
definitely
I
that's
did the deal, Pete. I did exactly what I said.
No,
I
you're a
would
good
do.
man. I'm not blaming you. It's entirely Zeggy's prerogative.
But you know, you can't be always with your what's it called, with your emotions. So Ziggy's trying now. Like he's just said to Pete, hey, don't don't try to ruin my game. I can hurt you.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a suicide because he lost a lot of troops on that attack.
Mm-hmm.
But I love your. I have to say, Pete, I haven't watched a single podcast of yours before.
Okay.
So mostly because I was lazy and I'm doing other things.
Of
But
course.
I think I'm gonna start checking some out. But
Well, there are a lot of interesting people in this community, and this little project has enabled me to
Turn's about to end, Pete.
connect with you guys, meet you, get to know you better, play with you, and learn from you, and that is a much bigger part of the game for me now. Like,
mhm.
at some point, you can understand the rules to your satisfaction, but playing against and playing with some of the best players really teaches you something that nothing else can replicate. And then the opportunity that this show provides me, right, where I can pick your brain and get right in there. And I love listening to you, Xerip. Your perspective is a very unique one, and I love watching you play.
Oh, you think so? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, in the way you package it.
Okay.
Like, you're extremely analytical, right? You and Olive are great together because
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we're like,
yeah,
he's more analytical than me.
sure, even more so, right?
I think, like, it's also, like, maybe part of my work to be analytical. It's funny that you say that I'm analytical, but because out of, like, a company of, like, 500 people, we've had a presentation, and they showed people who are like 4 quadrants: analytical, directive, emotional, and collaborative.
Okay.
And they picked me out of, like, 500 people to be the analytical person. And I was like, why did you pick me? What kind of category made it so that you picked me? What were your criterias? And it's like, well, because you're the only one who would ask these kind of questions. I am naturally very analytical, and I use it in my day-to-day work, trying to find logic, etc. So I'm comforted in, like, the logic behind everything. So
It's a gift, isn't it?
well, not a lot of people like to say I really like math. So
Or would
why
describe it
it
as
can be-
beautiful.
hmm
Yeah.
or describe it as beautiful. No, not a lot of people would say that.
Right.
When I used to go on dates at some point, it's like, oh, well, what are you? Oh, I'm in math, and it's like, oh, I hate math. Well, you're gonna know that these
Okay.
kind of dates are not gonna go so well. So
Unless he has
you can
a
just
match,
say,
unless he has a match on 3, he's blocked, and then I get suicided
Oh.
into again, and Olive wins.
yeah.
Yeah. He's laughing. All right. Oh, Olive.
Oh.
Did you move out? You're just giving him cards?
Yeah.
Olive, you rat. You
Expected him to
rat.
have a set.
Sorry?
I expected him to have a set there.
You expected him because he was giggling about his set? He's just going to suicide into me anyways. That's funny.
No, see, he didn't suicide.
No, he didn't.
It's just a warning.
Yeah, Zaggy wants this game to keep going.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, basically, this is a game that, is
You're
very
watching this right now,
psychological.
Xerip, and you're thinking in the back of your head, what are these simpletons doing?
No, not simpletons, but, like, you're using your emotions. Plus, like, you don't want this game to last too long. But if there were, like,
If this was like a competitive tournament, I would be playing this differently, but
yeah, exactly. That's that's what I'm saying. Like, now it's just for fun. You're not. There's nothing really on the line and stuff like that. But if you were to, you would play it so differently.
Are you saying I made a
That's
bad
all.
move?
No, Olive did.
Oh, Olive did. Oh, okay.
that's true.
Olive was a little bit aggressive. Like, he didn't really respect the the alliance that you guys had.
Yeah, the scam we tried to pull on Zeki.
Exactly. And Zeki is taking advantage of it. Hey guys, kill each other. I like that.
Totally, he likes that.
Now he sees like your little weak 200 troops, Pete, and he's like, you try something again, Pete. You lose those 200 troops pretty quickly.
Yes, sir.
No, so it was fun, Pete.
Yeah, man, it was. Thank you. Thank you very much. You gonna head out?
But yeah, I'm gonna head out.
Is there anything that you would like to promote? Or
safe sex?
Okay. No accidental babies. Only intentional babies.
No. Yeah, I like to just scream out something. That's the first thing that came to my head. But no, nothing that I like to promote. Like, I love the game of Risk. People that it's a unique game that I haven't seen anywhere else before. So you don't really play that kind of strategy before in other kind of games, I guess. Maybe sometimes Monopoly, I don't know, but
Pete, your stack just got hit.
Ooh, wasn't good. Wasn't good, was it?
You only got 7 troops.
Goodness gracious, Olive! I think I'm gonna lose the game.
Yeah, Pete. Maybe one question.
Yeah, buddy.
Do you like Monopoly?
No.
No.
No, I can't.
Would you say it's very different?
Yes.
The game of Risk and Monopoly?
Yes. Okay. I would say it's very different. You find them similar?
I find that no, there's a lot more luck involved in Monopoly, but you still have to make some deals with other people. So this, I do find it a little bit similar with that respect.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, no, I don't find it that similar. But it's just like the other aspect of negotiating with other people.
Bacon's still watching. Yeah, I'm not a great negotiator. This is probably a big reason why I'm in business for myself. I'm not the most collaborative person.
I don't know. You seem very collaborative.
Okay.
But you waiting on your best behavior.
Yeah.
That sounds like somebody who really is collaborative.
Well, I mean, I'm here to win.
Or is it sarcastic?
Right? No, it's a lyric from the Tears for Fears song. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So it's like a Risk joke. Because the game of Risk, everybody wants to rule the world. Mm-hmm. Ha. Yeah, so it's a lyric from that song, "Waiting on Your Best Behavior," and it also like applies to kind of like the base heuristic for progressive, right? You sit there, you try not to piss anyone off, don't break anyone's continence, stay in the shadows, and then strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's I'm the progressive guy, so that's the origin of that. No, I don't know, man. Like I've always been. The buck needs to stop with me. I don't like having to report to anybody. I have trouble fitting into someone else's box. So, for better or worse, that's why I'm. That's why entrepreneurship has worked for me better than any other.
Well, good for you.
Thanks, man.
I need a boss, so I'm a little bit different, but
most people do.
Yeah. But I'm glad we're like we share different. We are sometimes so different because we need the diversity in this world, and it's good to have diversity.
I agree. It would be so boring if everybody was the same, wouldn't it?
If everybody thinks like me or like Pete or like Olive, then it would be a boring place.
That's true. I'm pretty boring.
Okay.
Wouldn't it just be
And
the worst?
Yeah, I see all this laughing emoji stuff. What's going on back there?
I don't know. You should probably come find out.
there's a bit of good game emoji also. Like, I don't know.
You should probably.
Is that a sign that maybe the game is over for one of the person? I'm just hinting.
Just
You know.
hypothetically.
Hypothetically, like it's not that I can see everything, but which I can, but
Oh, you should
And I'm
have
saying-
mobilized your big army, Olive.
but you know, Olive wants you to have a card
I know he does.
and get your extra card.
What a nice guy.
You would have gotten the card regardless. I mean, fully card block, you would be hard.
Yeah, you wouldn't have had time. Trying to give you a little bit of action for the end game.
So Olive is in a good position to win it.
No kidding.
But is he gonna have enough time to finish everything? I'm like, did you really try to give him a card, or you're also trying to card block? I see. And now watch Pete get a 3 card, and
Wouldn't that be hilarious?
that would be hilarious.
What's the set? 375? Couldn't even get a card with that.
Yes! He's card block. Speed have a set of 3.
Well, we do have a clear winner.
oh my
not-
gosh, I won even though I'm a scrub.
Not
This is
you,
amazing.
you are a scrub. Get out of here. Good game, man.
Just you can even like win it without killing somebody else. Here there's no bounties points, so
Oh yeah, do the classy thing and just take the caps.
just take the caps.
Tie us at third. That's funny.
Don't kill it all. Just take the caps. Okay.
Oh, are you gonna
I
give
think I
me?
learned the pathing on this map.
Are you gonna give me second?
Olive. You know you can just win it all, huh?
I don't think he knows where the last cap is. He doesn't know where.
I don't know how big it is. I don't want to risk it.
Yeah, you don't know what. Fair enough. I'll take second.
Yeah, I know. I could have done it, but I just wanted to make sure I did this right. Also, I don't have a set of 4. Wow.
All right, good game, everybody.
Well, just be very careful and don't take any 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 place. Oh, okay, you're really good.
Oh, that's all you got left there, Pete?
Yeah.
I had nothing left.
That's
man.
why we were laughing.
Yeah, I had nothing left. If I had anything left, I would have tried to get uncard blocked.
Alright, so that's how the pathing works for this map. Yep.
Yep. GG,
Good
bro.
game. So 2 hours game. Okay, not bad.
Not bad.
Olive,
Aggressive
didn't you say
paths,
you...
I mean, yeah. Honestly, I think I played that well, except when I turned against Pete.
Right. But it worked out for you in the end, so it was still...
It worked
Because
out.
in the end, like, since I was like spread out and just getting like those, I must have got like extra 500 troops from like all those extra continents in that game.
Probably.
Yeah. And in the end, you guys believe in the power of 69. I believe in the power of 690.
Ooh, that's way more.
Ooh.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah, I
an
think at the
entire
end of the
order of
day,
magnitude.
the biggest tactical thing was Xerip picked a camp placement where he couldn't, because he didn't know the full map. He was only getting 5 troops per turn. And I picked a camp placement where I was able to quickly overwhelm Cowboy and control 2 continents at once. So when Xerip was making his moves against me, I just had hundreds of extra troops to attack him. And because I significantly weakened him and made it a 3-person game, even with my limited progressive capped experience, I could like use like the additional troop bonus and territory advantage to make you and Zaggy close to each other, attack each other, and then I can swoop in for the win.
That's exactly.
Xerip's laughing like all of us no idea what he's talking about.
No. That's the best analysis for this game ever.
Just tell me how much
and
I suck, man. I don't care.
No, but and honestly, I wouldn't have blockchain. It's just like fun sometimes. In a real like death situation scenario, I wouldn't have blockchain. What I've seen is that it's really good to be good neighbors with everyone, because once you get to top 3, then you will remember, oh, Xerip was a really nice guy throughout the whole game. So I'm going to suicide on the other guy.
On the other guy.
You know what I say to that, Xerip? Round 2 of the last tournament.
Yeah. Oh, I remember. Like, I definitely.
Yeah, I got knocked out in round 2 because Xerip kicked my butt.
Well, it was, I think, a 4-player game, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I took out Frail, and then it was basically between Xerip and me, but he was just getting all these extra troops per turn. And Japan is kind of a broken map.
Yeah, and I took a decision to kind of take you out, because if I take you out, it was a 1 versus 1, and I felt, my skill level versus the other person that left, I would have a relatively easy way to win, but I needed to kind of like suicide-ish a little bit on Olive. Well, not suicide, actually, like to really take 90% of your troops, and basically I left the bounty for the other person to get, because I couldn't kill you all in my analysis. I think I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
But I thought that you were the bigger threat to me winning this game, so I took you out. And I don't fight over it.
It was a fair move to make. Like when I'm in the zone and I play like, and I feel good. Like I could be a really good 1v1 and a really good like a free for all player.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm hoping I bounce farther than round 2 this time.
Me too.
I did not make my goal last tournament.
I believe in you.
For sure.
Yeah, I won't be like a double finals player like Xerip, but I'm excited to learn from you, man. And I know we're at the end of the podcast, and just for people like listening in, like Xerip, like you're one of the players I respect like most in the community. Like you have like the mathematical skill that I really respect, and frankly, your creativity and your ability to innovatively like control areas of the board by moving around your troops and card blocking people is like a second to none, and it's why you had like one of the best records in 5-a-side. And I am really excited to see like where you go like in this game and how you continue to improve. I learned so much from playing you, and I really hope we can continue to play together in the future. You're really a great guy, man.
Thanks a lot, Olive. I'm gonna cry of
Getting all choked up, huh? Well,
that was a great speech.
That was a great show. Thank you so much again. I really appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Pete.
And thank you, Olive. Thanks. I appreciate the assist here. It was fun playing with you guys.
Happy to help out.
Let's call it a show. Thank you all so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you're interested in getting better at the game of Risk, please subscribe to the channel. I have a daily release schedule, and we do this show, Waiting on Your Best Behavior, every Wednesday. So until next time, for all of you on the path to world domination, good games and good luck.